G'day mates, welcome back, and today we're going to carry on working on our little, let me show you this, Rubicon 156 scale Panzer IV. Lovely little kit. If you've watched the other two videos that I've done on this kit so far, you'll know I'm pretty impressed with it. So in the last one we finished our little kit. There it is, and I've stuck the spare wheels on just now and did a bit of detail painting on the wooden handles for the tools. This is our running gear, which was completed, ready to go, and I've mounted the Schertzen ready for priming. And I don't even know if you're going to be able to see these, they're that small. The machine gun, turret machine gun, commander's cupola machine gun, whatever you want to call it, and the machine gun mount on a bit of blue tack on a whiskey bottle cork. I don't know if they're going to stay on when I come to airbrush them. And we've got the Schertzen for the side skirts, the mesh, the Toma mesh, we spoke about that in the last video I think. Beautiful stuff. I'm going to prep that with VMS metal prep, and the reason it's in that is because the lid broke on the original bottle and I had to prise it off every time I wanted to use it. It was one of those that you have to press down to turn, or the pressing down thing stopped working, so I had to literally prise it off. No problem, this is just a little dropper bottle, that's all. That's the same, press down to get off. Just a little dropper bottle that I bought off of eBay. One drop at a time comes out, beautiful. So that's what we're going to be up to, so let's crack on with it. So here we go, we're going to prep this metal ready for painting. Give this a good shake. It's just I don't know, like some kind of primer. It looks to me like it just puts a film skin over the paint. I've done it on a metal barrel once, and it felt like once it had dried it felt like it was almost rubberized, but I could be wrong. Then again, I could be right. So I'm just going to use this paintbrush to slap it all over. That's all I'm doing. East to west, north to south. East to west. North to south. Just make sure it's all coated. I think it just helps the paint to adhere to the metal, that's probably all it is. Need a bit more of that. So I'm going to do the other side. A couple of drops. Turn it over. Same on the back. It was a bit smelly, but then isn't most of what we use in this hobby, isn't it? Stinky, a lot of it. How about Mr. Hobby stuff? How much does all that stuff stink? Unbelievable. Alright, that's done. Both sides. I'll let that dry. And speaking of Mr. Hobby, this is what I bought to replace my Tamiya cement, which, if you remember in the last video or the one before it, had gone to like, instead of being thick and gloopy, it had gone to like thin, like extra thin, like water. So I bought that. My God, does it stink. Anywho, try to get it out of the as much as I can out of the little mesh, but it's not going to be easy. Right, so that's done. I'm going to put that to one side and I'm going to get ready to prime the shirts, and the plastic shirts, and anyway. So I've got my bits set up and we're priming today with this stinky stuff, and we're thinning it with this stinky stuff. It's all set up in the airbrush, ready to go. A little bit more, there you go. Perfect. Right, so what we'll do is we'll get dirt on this. Make sure we get it all again, like I said before. We don't want to think we're all finished with the kit and then all of a sudden we find a load of grey bits sticking out everywhere. Just get my head down on it, see if I can see anything that I've missed. I don't think I have. A bit on the end there. Double-sided sticky tape is so sticky. It does exactly what it says on the tin. Perhaps a little bit too much when you're trying to handle it. A nice coat on the inside, because it's wrapping around the turret, but it's still going to be seen. That's pretty good. That to one side. I should just have enough paint for this teeny tiny. Feels like it's gonna blow away. Do it nice and gentle, easy on the trigger. Looking good. Just to prime it, that's all. When it comes to paint, it'll all be hand painted with a brush, all the small details. Right, so that's the side skirt, the rail for the side skirts, and the shirtson that goes around the turret. That's oh, a bit grey there, a bit grey there. When you move it into a different bit of light, you can see bits you've missed. It dries so quickly, it's fantastic to work with. Right, I'll call that done. I think that's done. A bit more in there perhaps, a bit more in there, yeah, just a bit there. Oh, flood. Overzealous on the trigger. Oh, there you go, he's blown away. Right, I'll call that it for the priming. So that's the little, the last two bits of construction pretty much really. That's the Commander's Cupola MG and the mount. And there's the turret Scherzen there. And the rails for the Toma, or Toma I think it is, the mesh Scherzen, which goes down the sides and covers the wheels, the running gear. So they're ready to rock. I'm just gonna, oh here we go, there's the mesh Scherzen. It's had its coat of VMS metal prep, so that'll be ready to go. So what I'll do now is a little bit of white shading on the turret Scherzen. I won't bother with the rails because they're not going to be seen, and then we can see how we're getting on. In the meantime, I'll have a little slurp of tea. Best drink of the day. Right, let's crack on, lads and lasses. Right, so we're ready to go with this. This is what I'm going to use for the lightning on the turret Scherzen. Beautiful paint. It's acrylic lacquer. Use it straight from the jar, no thinning, and it stinks. Surprise, surprise. But it's a beautiful paint, so that's why I like using it. Turn that down a bit. And all we're going to do is just do a little bit of lightning in the centre of the panels. Just like that. Just like that. That's all you're doing. I like to do squiggles and then go over another bit so it's a bit lighter. Squiggle this, squiggle that. Just so it breaks up the monotony a little bit. It's all one colour at the moment, so you get a little bit of interest, extra interest, shall we say. Yeah, I'm doing it on the inside, I know, but part of it's going to be seen. There you go, that's that done. I'm not going to bother black basing the shirts and the Toma mesh because I don't think it's worth it, so I'll just prime it in white. Hopefully it doesn't fill up all the holes. Very careful, it shouldn't. Get a little bit from the other side as well. No need to be too precise, it's only a bit of primer. It's all gone now anyway, so we're finished. We're primed and ready to go with the mesh shirts and there's my little gun ready to be done. Right, so that's that done. Put that to one side to let that dry and then see what we'll go on to next. So what we've got now is the acrylic Dunkelgelb, late Dunkelgelb, thinned with simple H2O, and here we go. Stuck to my thumb. There you can see how the basing shows through if you put nice little light coats on. Just makes it look a bit worn, a bit faded. That's all. Just so it don't look like one big block of colour. That's all I want. Does go quite tight to the turret, so you won't really see a lot of the inside, I don't think. Just make sure we get all the grey, because grey makes me cry. All over this. Try to get the underside. It's coming out a bit too heavy now, so I'll turn that down a bit. Right, I'm going to let that dry, and then we'll come back to that a bit later and see what's occurring, my friends. So we're going to move on to the mesh shirts then. Get a little coating on this. And those blocked bits of meshes I'll pick out with a tiny pin to try and get rid of them. Looking good. Do the opposite side, commonly known as the back. Obviously it's not going to be seen, is it? Once you put these grenade shields over the top. You won't see any of that back of that mesh. At all. Right, that's nicely covered. Go over the front again, just make sure we've not missed anything. There you go. I'll put that to one side and let that dry.